So before I start with my thoughts on the Idea Factory International Summer Festival online, I just found this news like just recently, so I want to give my thoughts for this one first before the event. So first, Dead End Request 2 for the Switch, it's gonna come in Japan in August of 2021, and of course, if you watch the summer festival event, it's stated that it's gonna come out in 2022 outside of Japan. Probably needed time to localize it. I mean, the game already is on the PS4 and PC, so I don't know why that long, but whatever. So yeah, so in Japan, it's gonna be coming out actually this month by the time of this recording. So, and another one that I wanna give my thoughts, I just found this out recently, and the spoiler is, yes, Idea Factory International did announce that Senran Kagura Cross Neptunia Ninja War is gonna come in the West in 2021. I explain more in depth on that segment. However, I want to give credit to JB Sprinkles, another YouTuber fan of the Neptunia series. I kind of gave this person prop before with Super Neptunia RPG. So on JB's Twitter page, I saw this. I'm like, facepalm once again. Yes, what you're seeing here is, once again, the Western cover is a bit censored. So a little bit, of course, in the chest area of Purple Heart. Again, it's sort of not a big deal. It doesn't break the game because it's not in the game. And of course, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a reversible cover for this one, just like Neptunia Reverse, which, by the way, I did buy it. It was on sale for $40. Might as well buy it, support the company. Eventually, once I get a PS5, then I'll start playing it because, again, one of the interesting part of the physical releases, it has a reversible cover based on the Japanese release where you get to see the goddess's cleavage. I mean, that's the whole point. That's the spiel for Neptunia series. But once again, you're looking here, the comparison, once again in the West, it's a bit of censored. And you might say, oh, maybe it's Sony. Well, if it's Sony, it would already have been also in Japan because one of their policy rule, which is bullshit by the way, is it has to be quote-unquote global standard. So if you do it in the West, you have to do it also in Japan. So it's not a global standard here, it's just in the West. And of course, they kind of mentioned this before, like I said before, with Neptunia Reverse, and due to able to sell the game at retail. So who do you blame here? Maybe standards and practices. Maybe there is a regulation for this. Maybe retailer have a standard rule that they have to do, like, yeah, we can't sell stuff if there's like boobies or blood. I mean, to some extent, blood also. Again, boobies. I mean, I don't know. It's like, it's not even full frontal boobies. It's just a cleavage on an anime girl. What? Because people freaked out because they look like a minor. I'm like, for a fictional anime character. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is the same situation. I kind of mentioned this before on my videos on Galgun, the series, where a lot of retailers, believe it or not just GameStop, refuse to display that particular game, the Galgun series, on Best Buy, Target, whatever. Like, if you want to get this game, you have to do it online, or PSN, or whatever, but online, because they don't want to display it, because, I mean, apparently in Australia, there were some soccer mom, or maybe Karens, I don't know, whatever you call those, righteous wannabe, that's what I call them, that were voicing their concern, oh, this is not good for the children, even so it's M-rated, it's not meant for kids, but because it's a minor, fictional anime cartoon, it's like, whoa, dangerous, kryptonite type thing, like, screw you. So, yeah, it's kind of bullshit in this part, so once again, it's probably the reason is, so in order to sell it in the West. But don't worry, it's going to be reversible cover based on the Japanese cover. Again, true, that's fine. It doesn't hurt the game because the game itself, the trailer, didn't show it. But it's more, once again, I go back to the principle. Like, does it hurt the game? No. Political, principle-wise, definitely it's a big deal because even in 2021, oh my gosh, blood gore, okay. The minute you got an anime girl cleavage Oh no, no, that's kryptonite. End of the world, World War IV or some crap like that. I know I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. Yeah, I mean in 2021, and again, like I said, yeah, it's not in the game, so don't worry about it. I mean, the game it's based on the Japanese, so no changes, whatever. And yet, the game itself, it's not censored, but I do kind of explain the delay. But that's going to be on the main part of this video. But yeah, like I said, kind of disappointing there. So yeah, so I just want to give my thoughts this one, just put in this video. Like I said, I'm going to probably put a timestamp to make it easy for you guys to listen. So anyway, with that, here it is, the main feature of this video. My thoughts on the Idea Factory International Summer Festival online. Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on the Idea Factory Summer Online Festival. So last year they kind of did this in celebration of the 10th anniversary of Neptunia. Now on 2021 they're doing the same event, but this time, you know, the summer event. But anyway, I want to give my thoughts on the major games that they announced during the stream. But of course, there's other things they did. And I got to give them props that the people who work in Idea Factory International, they're really having fun. Like, they have a passion working there. In 2019, there was an interview with Robdizzle and Senran in Anime Expo 2019. And they did mention about how many people work in Idea Factory International. And I think he said was somewhere close to 50 to 20. So if it adds up, cool, not, whatever. But again, they can handle it. It looks like it. So it is what it is there. And with that, you gotta give them props to what they offer, the product, the merch, the swag, whatever. But it was actually awesome. I did enjoy watching the online presentations. With that said, before I give my thoughts on the game that they announced, and they actually announced 4 games, is I want to give my quick thoughts on a lot of the things that happened. First of all, the big one is they had an interview with the lead artist for Dead and Request and Mary Skelter, K. Nana Meda. So, and it's interesting what this artist said, like how the process works. And of course, as always, how do you get into the industry? And for some, you might say, yeah, it's the same answer I keep hearing again and again. But reality is, that's what it is. That's you need to know. That's you need to do. It is what it is. Trust me on this one. I've been also in that situation. So it is what it is there. Also, another interview with the design production team. And surprisingly, they're a team of 2. So I got to respect for that. They're in charge of the product art, the merch, the limited edition, so I gotta give respect. And of course, they have some sort of skit they're doing, I guess, for your viewing entertainment. And like I said, if you don't enjoy those a lot of the skit, you know, you can just mute it, do something else for a while until they make a game announcement. But the whole point is, what it shows about Idea Factory International team is that they are having fun, they work together, they are like, they have respect for each other, respect for Idea Factory International. Thank you for doing the presentation. So it was actually interesting, cultural, again, learning new stuff. Robdizzle, Dragoon playing Japanese instrument. That was actually cool. I didn't even know there was some sort of a Japanese sushi bar, I guess is what it is. If it's wrong, apologies. That was awesome what they did. Learning the Japanese culture, because again, Idea Factory / Compa Heart is a Japanese company. So a lot of this thing that I talk about is on their stream as well. They're gonna, I think they said like later on today or tomorrow, they're gonna put the videos up there. With that said, so I ramble enough about the on itself. My thoughts about that one is, it's awesome, it's enjoyable. And if you have a chance, you know, check it out. And like I said, there's gonna be like section later on their YouTube channels. With that said, did they announce something? Yeah, they actually announced a lot of things. So first of all, the charity work by Tsunako, beautiful art. It's an auction. The proceeds gonna go to an organization to fight against pandemic. So I saw it. really awesome. And then when Xandru saw the picture, I'm like, holy moly, that's beautiful. Oh, I didn't bid because I don't have that much money, and even I do. Sorry, I mean I like to support them, but I gotta support myself at the same time. Just saying there. But it's beautiful art. If I can find a picture on the internet, I'll put it up. If not, it is there. And then what else did they show? Again, new merch. Beautiful. Again, if you want to support them, if you have the money, go for it there. And yeah, then of course skits, like I said. The point behind that, and even so, you think it's like, quote unquote goofy, and they're having fun. I mean, if you ever watch those documentary for Pixar movies, like the behind the scene, they do the same thing, because even if it's fun, as long as you're having fun, even stressed out, it's all cool. But like I said, sometimes once in a while you need to take a break. The announcements was pretty awesome. So the first thing they showed was data request to coming for the Nintendo Switch. So it was already, I think, out in Japan, or eventually it's gonna come out this summer. So this one's gonna come out in the Switch in 2022, and I always said before, is that options are good. So if you don't have a PS4, you don't have a high-end PC or Steam Deck, eventually, then you have a Nintendo Switch. There you go. And the best part is, on the Switch version, all the DLC is out and probably cheaper than the PS4 version, because the PS4 version MSRP is $50 plus no DLC. You have to pay it separately, and the compensation as well is like days, months later. There you go, at least with free DLC, kind of compensate that, kind of give you a reason why to get the Switch version. Again, options are good coming out in 2022. And if you say, what about the censorship? There is no censorship for this game. I think the one I only heard was the glitch costume, but it's only like a costume change. It's just probably based on the original version from the first game. And remember, the Steam version also is uncensored. There you go. Again, Sony's being Sony, being a prick about it. So surprisingly, like I said, option. So throughout the presentation, there for a while they were doing some hints and fun. Ninjas, they like ninjas this, ninjas that. And we've been following Idea Factory Compile Hard, then the latest Neptunia game that's going to coming in Japan in September of 2021. I'll explain that later. And yes, I'm surprised. Like, I knew it was going to come out, but I didn't think this early. And that Idea Factory International announced that Neptunia Cross Senran Kagura Ninja Wars will be coming out in the West in 2021. When? Who knows? So, okay, in Japan, it was originally announced going to be August of 2021, but they delayed it by a month. According to Idea Factory Compile Hard, is that due to various circumstances. Again, when you hear that, remember, this is only a PS4 exclusive as of right now. Then you can understand that various circumstances. It could be censorship again. Maybe they did something. Now you gotta go back and again. I know it's kind of working time and time again. Why do they do PS4 rather than Switch as a lead development, or heck, even Steam? You do have to understand, in Japan right now, is that first, Idea Factory Compile Hard know the knowledge to make games first on the PlayStation console architect than the Switch. It takes time, and then they'll eventually put in other. Like I said, when it comes to Steam, it's actually international are the ones doing it. Believe it or not, I know it's a shock, but yet it is what it is there. So as of right now, there's no news about censorship of this game. It was delayed, and they're not really saying censorship. They just said like, hey, various circumstances. So another question is, what about Skelter Finale? Same deal. Did not really have a censorship, but I think they delayed it because they had to work on it. I mean, same goes with Neptunia Virtual Star. They delayed the game also, and they gave the same reason. Oh, guess what? Delayed through various circumstances. I don't know what that means. I know it's kind of vague, but hopefully it is not censorship. But if it is unfortunate. But at least there's only one month in Japan. And surprisingly, in the West, it's going to be 2021. However, I don't want to sound pessimistic, but I'm going to have to. And that I wouldn't be surprised if it also be delayed to 2022. Just saying there. I wouldn't be surprised. I guess why 2021? They're not gonna do any dubbing, which probably, I know, for me personally, disappointing. But I did mention this in my previous Idea Factory videos that if it has something to do with Funimation and they're forcing them to use the Funimation voice, that's poppycock. It should be like Blaze Brewcock Stack Battle, which is Lumi there. It's a different voice actress than the one of Funimation. Hopefully they hire Bang Zoom for it, but again, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully there's English dub. If not, at least consider a paid English dub DLC. I keep saying this. I know a lot of Japanese company kind of hesitant doing that because there's a risk to it. It is what it is, but hopefully we will wait and see what happens. They are going to talk about this game in the near future, of course, the limited edition. Pretty awesome, so can't wait for that one. We'll see the news, and then I'll give more of my thoughts about it when new things come down. So the next one they announced is finally for the Otami fans. The fans who love visual novel, reverse harem, that's what I call it, I know it's not, and this type of genre. And finally, Idea Factory will localize some Otami games that have been announced in Japan like a long time ago. So they're finally going to come out on the Switch. And yes, for some people wondering why the Switch, according to the division, is that it makes more money. That a lot of people, when they play visual novel, they prefer it on a portable system. So the Vita, that's why it sold well on there. So PlayStation 4 and 5, they're not portable, so what makes sense? Switch, so probably easier to develop there. So there you go. Whether you like it or not, kind of makes sense from the perspective of business. So they announced Cupid Parasite, again, a 2020 Otami game. Yeah, so this has been out in Japan since 2020, but it's like, wow, why a year later? I mean, that's gonna suck. Well, to some extent, my theory is, first of all, visual novel, a lot of text, so that's a lot of work. And like I said before, they're not that big, so it's gonna take a while. And the person in charge behind it even said that, yeah, they've been working hard for it. So, but finally, they're ready to release it. It's gonna come this fall. At the same time, they announced another Otami game is gonna come out. I have no idea what it is, but on the chat, some people knew it. And of course, there will be a third one published by Idea Factory International, a third Otami game as well. What it is, who knows? For me personally, I'm not a fan of it. A visual novel, I did try to play them. It is what it is, but for me, not really a good person to ask, oh, should I buy this particular visual novel? Because for me, when I see visual novel, it's more of big boys and girls type of thing, if you know what I mean. Wing Cloud. Just think about that. So anyway, moving from that one is their fourth announcement is finally there's a release date for Mary Skelter Finale, and they showed the limited edition, freaking awesome. And in the US, it'll be coming out on September 30th. In Europe is October the 1st. So in Japan, this came out like November 2020. And like I said before, and I said it again, they're a small company. They don't do worldwide or close release. They're not that big, so not every company can do it. Idea Factory International is different than Capcom USA, just saying there. So they finally have a release date. Plus, they also announced that the game also includes a sort of visual novel that I think in Japan was a pre-order. So again, there you go. So for Mary Skelter Finale fans, you can't wait for that one. For me, I'll probably buy it in the long run. I still need to finish the first one. And of course, the second one, I have it on the Switch. And I did say before that I was hoping, cross my finger, at least in this summer online festival, that maybe they can port Mary Skelter 2 also on the PS2. Doesn't have to be Idea Factory, maybe some other publisher. They can outsource it or whatever. Maybe still, but I know Sony's still going to be that prick because they did talk about like Hentai vs. Evil, how it was censored. And of course, later on, there's also Doki Doki Panic Literature Plus was censored, and Gamazumi, some of their games were censored on the PlayStation 4. So it is what it is. I was hoping, crossing my finger, but I know the probably rumbling rumor problem is the purity mode. They probably don't like that because, you know, the whole point behind it is you rub fictional women. Hopefully in 2022, I don't care who the publisher is going to be, Isai Shop, BQ, whatever, if they're willing to bring at least Mary Skelter 2 as a part of the Skelter PlayStation Collection Trilogy. Nice, but it is what it is. So it would be also awesome in Steam because not everyone's gonna support it on Switch. I mean, you know, you got your own preference. It is what it is. So recap for that one is, if you want to play Skelter 1, it is on PC and Vita, and as well on the Switch as part of Skelter 2. And for that game, part 2 is only on the Switch right now, not even Steam. So they're probably gonna outsource it to someone. Maybe we'll just have to wait and see. Same goes probably with the PS4, hopefully. I mean, you know, a lot of people did ask that, but like I said, if Sony's interfering, then it's gonna suck. Of course, Skelter Finale, PS4 and Switch. I don't see him yet, but maybe someone else is gonna do it. Maybe them, maybe Ghosts, whatever the name is, or other company, whatever. But it is what it is there. So those are the announcements from the games. And closing for this festival online announcement is that the progress of their ultimate Neptunia figure. So last year they showed a silhouette of what the figure is going to look like. This year they showed a prototype what it looks like. It even has a top nep cap. For people who don't know what that is, it's a Western IP product, believe it or not. It's a merch that was created in Idea Factory International, so having it in there with Neptunia, it's kind of funny, make it reality. And they did say it is now on the prototype figure phase, so they're still working on it. And if you want this particular statue, this looks like expensive statue, Xandragoon said, put it on your wish list, make Idea Factory account, put it on a wish list. So it kind of helps them to see how much they can produce this. But for me personally, I'm just trying to support them. Am I gonna get this personally? Sorry, too expensive with my taste, and I don't have any place in my room. So we'll just have to wait and see. But it is what it is. It looks awesome, so just have to wait and see. So those are the announcements that they showed on the Idea Factory International Festival online presentation. Pretty awesome. So hopefully there are more announcements, and maybe in 2022, like I said, Skelter 2 with all the thing intact, but we'll just have to wait and see. And also setting Kagura cross Neptunia Ninja War. Hopefully we'll have English dub, but the 2021, my guess is that they might not put a dub, and that's probably going to be disappointing. Maybe paid DLC, but we'll just have to wait and see. So those are my thoughts. Awesome. Thank you, Idea Factory International. You got a lot of cool guests coming there, so I gotta give them props. If you want to see the presentation, it's in the description box. They did kind of miss some point. I just realized that, such as another interview with Tsunako. So again, thank you, Tsunako, for the interviews, and then the producer for Neptunia, giving a shout out to. So of course, another thing, I can't believe I didn't say this. I mean, it has nothing to do with the online presentation, but Dragon Star Varnir is going to be out August or September, I can't remember, for the Switch. Same deal, all the DLCs already intact. Plus, it's uncensored, so the two particular CG scene will be in there. So I'll probably get the digital version when it's super cheap. Sorry, it's just me. I have my reason, but I just want to put it out there. But like I said, the presentation awesome, the announcements are awesome. So thanks. So with that, I'll see you guys later.